I'll be this close to you to be in the middle. Right? Yo, what's the plan? I am Devon X Scott.
And it's your boy Karan, aka Mr Droid.
And this is
the Tech Table.
Ah boy.
Boom. So, Devon.
Yo.
What's going on?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. Actually, it's been a week, but.
True. Good point.
You know, hey,
I didn't hit record.
Alright, so, Devon.
Yo.
You know what I've been thinking about?
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that there's a couple of years ago,
right,
we had some smartphone companies that were all the rage.
Right.
And now they're in the lost
dead
and found. You can't find them. They just died.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for you guys, those companies we're talking about, let me know if you guys can find them, because I can't. True. HTC, Sony, and LG. Where on earth have they gone? Do you know where they have gone?
Bermuda Triangle.
And they're just gone. They're and you know the worst part is, if I gave you an LG V30 right now, you'd love it.
Perfect phone. Perfect phone.
HTC U11 Plus is one of the best phones on the market.
Yeah.
The Sony XZ, I don't even know.
The one with the 4K display.
The 4K display, the XZ1.
Something like that.
Premium.
XZ1 ABC.
Yeah. That Sony has the first 4K display on the market. It's funny because when we talk about best displays, we still talk about the Note 8.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens, but the fact that Sony has a 4K display. And anyways, these phones are irrelevant. Like, when's the last someone said, "Hey Devon, go review the U11."
Yeah, it's like, yo, Devon, wait to see a review on the U11. I was like, well, nobody asking for that.
Nobody.
They could ask, yo, let me see the review on the iPhone 10. Let me see the review on the Mate 10. Let me see the review on the OnePlus 5.
Everything else. You know, even me, like, no one's come to me and said, "Hey, how's that new Sony?" No, it has not. Devon, the man.
My bad.
We can't even record that. You see?
My bad.
That's somebody calling for the Sony right now.
My bad.
So, if you guys don't actually know, the top 5 companies right now in terms of market share and sales. Number 1 is Samsung. Number 2, Apple. Apple took the lead back over Huawei. Right. Now that they've released their phones.
The whole thingamajig.
Yeah. 3rd is Huawei. 4th is Oppo. And the 5th is Xiaomi. Those are currently the top 5 smartphone brand leaders in the world, right? The other top 5, I'm still waiting to confirm the numbers, but the other top 5 right now are ZTE, Lenovo, Alcatel, Oppo, and LG sneaks in at number 10. I'll do a blog and I'll confirm the other numbers just to confirm the order of the last 5 guys.
DroidIslandTT.com.
Yes, sir. All right, but Devon, are you surprised at that top 5?
Shockingly, no.
Okay,
shockingly, no. Like,
tell us.
So we would know the Sony devices because we would know the Sony, the HTC, everything, because we in this market.
Yeah.
We in this market, right? But general consumer don't hear about these things anymore. The only reason people know about the HTC U11 is because MKBHD review it.
Yes.
If he didn't review it, how they would have found out about the HTC? I never see it plastered anywhere. I never see it in the wild anywhere.
Yeah.
I just saw MKBHD waste of space review. That is it. That's the only thing I ever
No, that was the U Ultra.
Oh,
the U Ultra. The U Ultra was his waste of space phone.
Yeah.
His U11 was the big comeback.
Right.
Yeah.
And like the only reason these phones are relevant in my mind is related to that video. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Same with the Sony devices. Same with everything else. Same with the Sony. Same with the HTC. Same with the LG.
I think for me, I'm kind of shocked that the HTC and LGs are nowhere near the top 5.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're making great devices. The U11 and the V30 and the G6.
Yeah.
Those are 3 of the best devices for 2017.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are 3 of the best devices. So the fact that, these companies are still making very good devices, but it doesn't mean that they're selling.
Yeah.
It is kind of shocking to me.
But
Go ahead.
That would bring the point up though. Like the phones are good.
Yeah.
The phones are really good phones.
Yeah.
But why they not selling?
Well, to me, there's two things. Especially since I've moved from Canada and I now live in Trinidad.
Right.
The markets are too different.
Right.
So in Canada, we tend to buy phones that we can get on contract, and once we get a deal, whether it be for free or for nothing,
Right.
and we're gonna go after those phones.
Right.
And because Samsung, Apple market the most,
Right.
most people tend to. I mean, there's no difference. I mean,
Right.
you walk in, you can get an iPhone 8 for free.
Right.
You walk in, you get an S8 for free.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so the average person can choose, and they're gonna go for
And
one.
they don't
of
have to
those,
really
right?
factor in the actual factory unlock price of a device.
No, they
Because
don't
they
really.
get all the phones for basically a pretty much affordable price or even free.
Right.
Right.
So there's that, and then now when I come to Trinidad, this story is a little bit different because we have to pay an arm and a leg
Right.
for all of these devices.
Arm and 2 legs.
An arm and 2
Yes.
legs for these devices. So, man, it's tough.
Yeah.
It is very tough. I think with the U11,
Right.
these phones are good if you know the capabilities of the phone.
Right. So like if you decide, you know what, I see that this phone have this and I need that. So
Right.
I need to buy this phone.
Like the HTC U11 right now is one of the best media devices.
Right,
Has
right.
some of the best, because they still have boom sound speakers, so it still
Right.
has some of the best speakers. If you're into music, it has a quad DAC, has some of the best headphone experiences
right.
on the market as well. What was the other one we talked about? The U11.
the U11, the
Sony,
and the LG V30.
The LG V30. The LG V30 is a videographer's dream.
Yeah,
That has the best
100%.
video.
Yeah.
That has the
And
best video on the
not
phone.
Not just that alone, but the actual phone itself is a real nice design.
Yes.
It's a clean,
Yes.
minimal, straightforward design.
Yes. And these phones are not selling. So it really comes down to the market. If you're over there, you're gonna get something that's heavily marketed. Down here, it's really what is marketed, but then you also if the price of the phone is the same cost as
Right.
the phones that people really see on an everyday
Right.
basis, are they gonna take the chance and jump on a V30?
True. When they could be like, yeah, well, I see 10 other people with this device, so why should I take the V30 over this?
Right.
And remember, like most of the times, these people wouldn't actually know what this phone offers, specifically. So they would be like, you know what? I'll just go with the one I'll see everybody have, because
They see everybody with an iPhone. They see everyone with a Samsung, so they'll jump on that.
They
and
just
spend their money
automatically
buying that.
gravitate toward it.
So let me ask you this: why do you think LG, Sony, and HTC are no longer relevant?
Boy. Because so let me think about it. Like you say, I was Sony and you was LG.
Yeah.
And I thinking in my head, yo, I drop on a device with a 4K display. Nobody else have that.
Yeah.
You thinking, yo, I'm gonna drop this V30 clean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop all of this, and it's good phones.
Yeah.
And then plop, we just irrelevant.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. Like,
It's a miss. Actually, no. You know what? This is why. To me, this is why they're not relevant.
right.
You have to now think of the new players that have come into the game.
Right.
So that's like the Huawei's, the Xiaomi,
Right.
the OnePlus, the Oppo, the Vivo,
Right.
those guys, right? And these guys are releasing devices with the same specs
Right.
as the best devices,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they're doing it at half the cost.
True.
Sony and Apple have taken that premium
Right.
market share.
Yeah.
There's
yeah,
not many
yeah.
phones that can come out and say, I'm going to drop $1,000 phone
Right.
and we're going to buy it.
Yeah, you mean
But
Samsung and Apple.
Samsung and Apple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Samsung and Apple.
Right.
Only those two companies can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else, right? Because OnePlus and Xiaomi, these companies are selling phones at
Right.
like 500 US.
Yeah.
Right? And they're the same spec as the best
$1,000 US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does I don't think HTC and LG and Sony fit,
True.
because there's not too many phones that people are gonna buy for $1,000.
Yeah.
And those three companies are charging closer to the $1,000
Than closer to the $500
than closer to the
range.
$500 range.
And then that brings up the same thing you was talking about. How much better is that $1,000 phone than the $500? Is it $500 better?
That you know what? That is
You
one
know
of the
key
best
question?
questions.
Would you buy one iPhone 10 or one Mate 10 over two OnePlus 5Ts?
No. No. The $1,000, and this is our opinions, right?
Yeah. And remember too, we both we both talking from, we know exactly why we need this phone.
Right.
Now, for me and the iPhone 10 and the camera, I know that camera real good and whatever, right?
Yeah.
But for the random person who buying a phone, all they care about is some good dynamic range, some good low light, and they're good.
Right.
So they wouldn't actually care about the difference in the camera between the OnePlus 5T and something like the Mate 10.
Your average consumer, if you put the $1,000 phone, and we're not just going to specifically say $1,000, we're just going to say the phone are closer to $1,000.
Right.
So that's like the the S8s, the Note 8s, the Sony XZ1s, the Mate 10s, the iPhone 10s. Those phones are closer to $1,000 than they are closer to $500, right? But how much better is the Samsung Note 8? And I'm going to use the Note 8 as the example because it's one of the more expensive ones, right? How much better is the Note 8 and Mate 10? How much better are those two phones over the OnePlus 5? And the answer is it's not that much better.
Yeah.
There might just be a couple particular features
that you would find that you need over the $500 device.
Right. And if that's the case, then kudos to you. Spend your money, go get the device.
So for somebody like you, Mr. Businessman, Mr. Big Businessman, always on the phone, you need to sign these $1 million contracts. Pull out your S Pen and sell.
No, but you know what? The Note 8 is one of the best business phones right now, and so is the Mate 10. That's why I got the Mate 10, right? But yeah, like it really comes down to what it is that you need, and I just don't think Sony, HTC, and LG are making phones that I think right now if they wanted to compete, make their phones, make those same phones, but bring it down, find a way to bring it down to like $500. And if they do that, then they
would actually kind of be in the pool of companies when somebody looking for a phone to buy.
They can compete. Next question I have for you. What does a company have to do to make a phone that will actually sell? Because as we have just talked about, you could make a great phone. V30 is one of the best phones in the market. HTC U11 and U11 Plus, one of the best phones in the market, but they're not selling. So what does a company have to do to make a phone that is going to sell?
I don't know. So like I was reading this audiobook lately and it was talking about like growth hacker marketing. And like product market fit. And they talk about things like actually putting marketing into your device. So like if you take the first OnePlus, the OnePlus One for example. OnePlus didn't need to spend any money to market that. Their fans who saw that they was going to release a flagship killer for $350 with the same specs at, what was the time? The S6 at the time? Or the S7?
It was the S6.
One of those, right? The fans actually marketed for them. They had to spend zero money on marketing. So they built that marketing into the phone. So like people would now be like, why would you buy this flagship for $700 when you could buy the OnePlus One for $350?
And it was spec for spec
identical.
You see why OnePlus was so popular too was because cyanogen mod.
True.
It was the first phone with cyanogen.
And you know what? Their timing was perfect too because the Nexus program was just killed off. So that was the new developer device. Like, yo, I want to flash custom ROMs. I want to flash this kernel. I want to flash this ROM. I want to get this swipe up to open from the kernel level. And that was the new developer device. So I think timing have a huge impact on the...
I think right now, to make a phone that's going to sell, I think price is everything. I don't think there's going to be many phones that compete with the premium space. And here's a good fact to note too, right? The three largest markets in the world for smartphones, number 1 is China, number 2 is India, number 3 is America. But America is the number 1 market for premium devices. And why? Because we have device subsidy. We're not spending big money to get the top flagship phones. So that's why America is the number 1 market for these premium phones. So if you want to sell a phone globally, price is everything. True. Price is everything. If that OnePlus 5 was closer to $1,000 USD,
never.
You're not buying it.
Never. Even if it was $500. Even if it was $500 because you was getting the S6 for those prices.
And
the
we're talking about the OnePlus One, right?
The OnePlus One. if that...
I'm talking about OnePlus in general. If
right.
OnePlus was making devices closer to $1,000,
yeah, no, that
you wouldn't buy it.
That wasn't happening.
But you're buying it because they're the quote-unquote flagship killers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're selling it at half the price of everybody else. So even though they raised the price to 500,
right.
Samsung raised their prices too.
Yeah.
So they're still half the price.
The gap's still there.
The gap is still there. The gap is still there.
Yeah.
So if you are making a device right now, unless you're Samsung or Apple, and you guys are, they're making the premium phones for $1,000, no problem. Everybody else, you gotta get to 500 and lower.
And if your price is still high, you gotta kind of find one specific point of that phone that you want to perfect and make sure that you're doing it better than every other phone out there.
Correct. So perfect example, Razer.
Yes. That display.
Yes. If you are going to make a phone that does cost closer to $1,000, niche the hell down.
Yeah.
So Razer made a gaming phone. It works out to be one of the best phones in the market outside of the camera. Right? But the 120 hertz screen.
Yeah, and the 120 hertz screen was for gaming.
Yeah.
And it turns out that also kind of translates to one of the smoothest Android experiences
outside of the
any
Pixel
smartphone.
Yeah.
And no, even over the Pixel, because the Pixel probably it's smoother, but the screen is still not 120 hertz.
Right.
So the actual animation still smooth on the Razer phone. So they even outperform Google itself with the Pixel in terms of the smoothness.
So lesson for you manufacturers: if you guys are going to be making a phone over 500 USD, niche down on and figure out who this phone should be for. Razer said this phone is for the gamers. Yeah. Right? Because even when people were commenting, they're like, "Yo, I don't like the look of the phone."
Yeah.
What did Razer come on and say? Razer came on and said, "But the phone's not for you."
Exactly.
It's for our market. It's for our gamers. The gamers know what Razer computers are about.
I'd have that rugged, manly, masculine kind of.
It fits with Razer perfectly. They're buying it for that.
Right.
So these guys need to really niche down. Yeah. And I think if they do that, then it's okay if you sell a phone.
And of course, this is our opinion. So if you have a different opinion, comment.
Write
a book down below in the comments.
Let us know in the comments.
Because we up for the discussion. Maybe we'll make a part 2, a little update, probably featuring some of the comments and stuff. So it's all about just kind of getting the interaction of getting the talk, starting the conversation then.
Yes.
Starting the conversations that everybody kind of just not really thinking about.
Correct.
Because.
Yeah, just because. Do you think so with these phones, right, costing now, I don't know if you've seen the report, but Apple is raising the price on the iPhones again.
Already?
Yeah. So they're going to be looking to make their iPhone look this year is going to be looking to come in around $1,400 USD, right?
Woo!
Right, 1,400. That's what they're looking at, right? And Samsung's also looking to raise their price on the S series devices. So the S9 is going to be the most expensive S series device that they've ever made, right?
Yeah.
Now, again, how much better do you really think these phones are going to be over the companies like the Xiaomis and the OnePluses that seem to know how to bring the cost down?
True.
So if the Axon 9 is supposed to be coming out this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the Axon 9 comes out with the Snapdragon 835, stereo speakers and every bells and whistles, and they come at 400. True. How much better is the S9 going to be?
Is it going to be $500 better?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Honestly, don't think so. The only way we'll justify that is if somebody have a specific need with this phone that isn't offered anywhere else. Yeah. That's the only way that could be successful.
It's getting tougher. And you know what? And this is exactly why the title of this video, this discussion, is the rise and fall of smartphone companies, right? Yeah. So this is why the rise of the OnePluses, the Oppos, the Xiaomis, the Huawei's, this is why these companies are going, because they figured out how to make great phones at brilliant prices, at greater prices, and they're giving you more value for your performance.
Right.
But companies like the Sonys, the LGs, the HTCs are still making great devices, but they're not priced correctly for people to say, let me take a flyer and take a chance on it and go buy it, whatever the case.
That's true.
And you're going to see it even more this year. It's going to be, this year is going to be crazy because you know what? You know right now one of my favorite companies is Huawei Honor.
Right.
I don't really care too much for the P series.
Right.
Because they're challenging for the for the top end devices.
Right.
And they're in the premium space, whatever.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I just don't think Huawei is gonna do enough to unseat Samsung at that point, or Pixel even.
Right.
But Huawei Honor, oh my god, the V10. These are it's the same specs as the Mate 10.
True.
For 500.
Yeah. It's hard to say. It's hard to give a reason why you should not buy it.
How do you not?
Yeah.
How do you not? Look at Motorola.
Mm-hmm.
Motorola has proven that you don't need the best specs to make a great phone. Right? Really, it comes down to because they're one of the few guys that use close to stock Android as well to give you that experience or whatever, right? And they're making great phones again at affordable prices. So, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a good phone. And for, companies like an LG and whoever, an HTC, Sony, I don't know how you get back into the game unless you're willing to say, let's make these phones,
do something.
But the price.
Right.
That price has to change because the price changes everything.
True.
Right?
True.
Like we said.
For example, the Essential phone launched at $700.
Woo! Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing it up.
And nobody was buying it.
Nobody.
And then this guy Andy, he was like, you know what, boy? Nobody. $500. And now the phone is a good buy. I highly recommend the Essential phone now.
Yes.
Highly recommend
you see
the
Essential
phone
colors?
now. Yes.
The new colors
emerald
of and the ocean blue.
Yes.
I might even buy one just because.
And it's $500.
500. You cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong. So that I'm glad you brought that up because that's the perfect example.
Yeah.
That's the perfect example. How do you make a phone that sells? You can have all the bells and whistles, right? But ultimately, that price point is everything. Especially if you are outside of the U.S. market.
True.
That price point is everything because when that iPhone 10 came out, the 256, and people were calling
16,500 TT. Madness. I was never buying my iPhone 10 for that price. No matter how much I like it, I was never paying. Never.
If you guys notice Devon walking with a limp, the man sold a foot. He literally sold a leg.
So that's basically a discussion on the rise and fall of these smartphone manufacturers. If you agree with us, if you have another viewpoint, leave it below in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know which one of our topics that you kind of disagree with and why you disagree with it. Start the conversation. This man always active in the comments. I never am, but he always active.
If you guys can find Sony, LG, or HTC, please let me know where they have gone. I don't know. They are irrelevant, even though they're making good phones. I just don't know. They're just
true.
They're not. At least LG snuck in that day. They're at like
a
number
little
10.
Bit.
They're like number 10 for the top phones, but HTC and Sony
gone.
Just magic, just gone.
Yep.
So man, let us know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys again like the video.
Huge thumbs up. Don't forget to follow us on our individual social medias as well. Keep updated at Droid Island TT, at Devon X Scott. Thanks so much for watching. Huge thumbs up if you like it.
Share.
Make sure and share. I will see you all in the next one.
Deuces.